Hey, how you doing? Listen, I want to cover a couple of things about self-development and what works and what doesn't work. I don't claim to be an expert. Let's start right there and say I don't claim it. Not at all. Not at all. I'm really well read. I know what works for me and what doesn't work for me. What has worked for me and continues to work for me and continues to help me push back those boundaries so I can, the idea is to feel better about yourself, one, but also to develop a better self-image. And so what I recommend is a book or a couple of books by the same person, Dr. Maxwell Maltz. He wrote a book in 1960 called Cybernetics. The second edition of it, or the revised edition, is called the New Cybernetics, and it was co-written with Dan Kennedy. It's basically the same book revised with a lot of great work stuff added to it, or work ideas to work with. Sorry, but it's really good, and because one of my mentors recommended that I do so, he suggested a what's called a 30-30-30 program, which is read for 30 minutes, listen to an audio for 30 minutes, and do it for 30 days without interruption. Because the idea is that you form a habit by doing something every day. It's kind of like working out. If you work out for enough days, your body begins to crave it and want it and desire it. It's a great idea, and it does work. So what I did was, and it's fairly simple, is I said, 30 days will work, I'll go to 30, and then went to 60, and then I went to 90, and I'm at about 200 and close to 230. I may be a day or two off, but about 230. Has it made a difference? Yeah. Am I a multimillionaire yet? No. But I can tell you what's been keeping me from it. And that's the thing. Is once I'm sure you've heard of it, and it's an NLP term, or it's developed in NLP, and that's 4 stages of competence. You have unconscious incompetence, where you really don't know what you're doing wrong. You don't even know that you're doing anything wrong. And there's conscious incompetence, when you begin to realize, I'm doing something wrong. I just can't seem to stop doing whatever that is, but you're still unconsciously incompetent. And you end the developmental chain, you now reach conscious competence, which is you know what to do it. Now you know how to do it, but you have to keep doing it consciously. Think of it as walking, as a baby walking. Baby doesn't know that he needs to walk. And then he becomes conscious that he doesn't walk. Then he consciously begins to walk. So he has to toddle, and he puts one foot in front of the other, and he's holding on to something. That's conscious competence. Unconscious competence is letting go, is being able to walk from point A to point B, or even run, and not have to hold on to something or have the fear of falling. So now that when you walk from here to the kitchen or across the street or whatever, you don't have to think, I have to move left foot, then right foot, then right foot, then left foot. I have to swing my arms when I walk, because it does help to swing your arms when you walk. Those are the steps. And it's the same thing in everything else. Everything else that we do. You learn to throw a ball, you learn to catch a ball. If you've played baseball, most of us throw right-handed and catch left-handed with a glove in the left hand. Most of us being right-handed, catching it with our left hand is very odd. It's very, very weird. But if you do it enough times and somebody throws a ball at you, you'll automatically bring up that left hand and catch it. Even when you don't intend to, because it becomes unconscious competence. So where am I leading to with this? It's simple. You keep doing this enough, and you keep studying enough. You don't just study one day. You don't just study 2 days. You study every single day. Now, I'll be honest with you, out of the approximately 230 days that I've studied, I've actually missed 2 days. 6 days into it, I completely forgot. And I kicked myself for it, because it had been a goal that I wanted to go accomplish. Then about 3 months later, and this is my only excuse that I'm going to present, I was getting ready for Yom Kippur and completely forgot it. And then went, oh wow, I missed it. It was already bedtime, and I went, you know what, I'll just let it go. I'm not going to stress it. But it made a difference. And since then, it's been about 4.5 months since. I haven't missed a day. As a matter of fact, I look forward to those times because it's almost like a nice moment for me, by me. And I notice it's like building a house, brick by brick. And every single day, you just lay another brick down and you make sure everything's in place. And then you set the next brick. And then you set the next brick. Now, it's a house that you'll build for the rest of your life. And another example that I can use is, for example, Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was a scrawny 15-year-old kid when he started working out. And he quickly developed this goal because he was buying magazines and he was visualizing what it was like to be these men. And then he started writing out these goals. But the foundation that he had to build on was physical. So every single day he had to work out. Granted, he probably took, a day off here, maybe 1 day a week, whatever his schedule was, whatever his regimen was. But it became stronger and stronger and stronger as time went on because he built on it. So I'm giving you the short version of the books. I urge you to have a self-development program. You don't even have to read this. There's other great books out there that are they're cheap. You can go buy them at Amazon. There's other companies that sell them dirt cheap. If you want to know where to get them or you want more information, click the link below and I'll tell you. I'm always glad to help. And final thing, and I've had people ask me, why do you even bother, right? Because the truth of the matter is, for some people, there's no money in this. And yes, I'm doing this for free. The reason is because when I was starting out again, not too long ago, I really didn't have the money to be able to go out and buy books and buy seminars and buy this and that. And so I looked for every single way that I could find stuff for free, whether it was on PDFs or whether it was just on audio. And listened and read and studied and listened and read and studied. And there's other men and women out there that don't have that kind of money. This is why I'm doing it. Because somebody else unwittingly did it for me. Anyway, you guys have a great one. Again, click the link below. Let me know what you think. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.